Hi, my name is Vivian. I'm an aspiring sci-fi and fantasy author, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to learn how to create a negative character arc, and I will be sharing with you the resource in which I received this information. By the end of this video, you should have a better understanding of negative character arcs, just like I did after reading K.M. Weiland's book, Creating Character Arcs. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos on writing tips, my author journey, and books that I read. If you like myths, legends, and mythical creatures, this is the place for you as well. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos I upload. Now let's get into the video. What is a negative character arc? A negative character arc is when a character starts off the story in a good or okay place, but ends the story in a worse place because without the truth, they can't get the happiness they're desperately seeking. According to Weiland, there are three manifestations of a negative character arc: Disillusionment Arc, Fall Arc, and Corruption Arc. I'll be using Weiland's examples from the book because I was a bit confused about the Corruption Arc, and her examples do a great job of explaining each manifestation. Negative Arc: character believes lie, discovers the truth, rejects the truth. Each manifestation has its own variation of the arc, but that is basically a negative arc in a nutshell. The Disillusionment Arc: character believes lie, discovers truth, embraces the truth, but the truth is tragic. And in this case, the character's worldview goes from a positive one to a negative one, a very pessimistic one. Fall Arc: character believes lie, discovers truth, rejects the truth, continues believing the lie, or embraces an even worse lie. In this case, the character is heading to their doom. This character can't be saved at all. Corruption Arc: character believes truth, character rejects the truth, character embraces the lie. This manifestation did confuse me, but Weiland uses the character Anakin from the Star Wars series, which made it more clear because I've seen all the Star Wars movies and it made so much more sense. But in the Corruption Arc, the character rejects the truth to embrace the lie because they believe that the lie will give them what they want. Believing in the truth hasn't helped them be happy, so maybe the lie will. Are you creating a character with a negative arc? Which manifestation do you think will fit your character? Have you ever written a negative character arc? Let me know in the comments below. We will start with the Disillusionment Arc. To explain the Disillusionment Arc, Weiland uses The Great Gatsby, which is a great example, and I'll be using it in this video. And I love The Great Gatsby, I love the book, I love the movie, and again, this was a very great example for Weiland to use for the Disillusionment Arc. Another great example she mentions is Training Day with Denzel Washington. Ethan Hawke's character is the one that goes through the Disillusionment Arc. If you haven't seen Training Day, I highly recommend it. And also you can use the Disillusionment Arc and compare it to Ethan Hawke's character. The lie the character believes. With a negative arc, the lie the character believes is usually about something the character already possesses but devalues. There will be a specific thing that is good in your character's life, but your character will take it for granted. Your character may even be willing to sacrifice the good thing in their life to pursue the false promise of the lie. This is what Weiland believes, but I also believe that the lie of the character can be similar to the lie the character believes in the positive change arc. In the positive arc, The lie the character believes is based on something lacking in the character's life. The character can still fill the void and end up with a negative arc because the lie gives the character a false promise that it will fulfill the void or solve the problems in their life. Even when the truth stares them in the face and they have opportunities to embrace the truth, they reject it because the lie is so enticing to them that they end up falling in this dark hole. But this is my opinion. This isn't mentioned in the book, but I also think this is another great way to write a negative arc. In The Great Gatsby, the character Nick Carraway is the narrator of the story. He is a happy, naive guy from the Midwest United States. His lie is people, especially rich, beautiful, popular ones, are honest people and are happy. He wants to be one of them, but the truth is that behind the glitz and glam are shallow and heartless people who only care about themselves. Character ghost. Character ghost is what happened in the character's past that makes them who they are at the beginning of the story and creates the belief system they have at the start of the story. In Nick Carraway's case, his ghost is that he has lived a sheltered life in the Midwest and believes the world is a great, awesome place. The character's environment. The character will see all the shine and sparkles of the lie and then sucked into its false promises of an awesome life. Nick Carraway is sucked into the wealth and pleasure of his cousin Daisy's life in the East Egg, New York, and he is awed by the lifestyle. The Fall Arc. In the Fall Arc, the character starts off the same as in the positive arc, entrenched in the lie. The character will reject the truth at every chance it appears to the character, and the character will fall deeper and deeper into the darkness. K.M. Weiland uses the story Wuthering Heights as an example for the Fall Arc. The main character, Heathcliff, believes that in order to ever find personal wholeness or happiness, he must entirely possess his adopted sister, Kathy Earnshaw. He wants Kathy, but he needs to let her go to be free. Heathcliff's ghost. His ghost is his own orphaned childhood. He was rejected by everyone except Kathy and her father. He believes that if Kathy becomes his wife, that the rejection he experienced as a child will go away. In the Fall Arc, the character will already be deep in the lie comfortably. Your character's life in the Fall Arc may seem good or okay on the surface. Your character won't or can't escape from the life in the lie. When Heathcliff is adopted as a boy, he is brought to this severe and barren place where everyone from the master's son to the staff despises him and treats him with cruelty. Only his adopted father and Kathy accept him. Heathcliff despises everyone else right back, but his bond with Kathy makes him want to stay. The Corruption Arc. In a Corruption Arc, the character starts off already embracing the truth, but the character is lured away by the lie. Weiland says in a positive arc, the truth is already inside the character. I believe the same applies to the Corruption Arc. The lie is already inside the character as well. Something fuels and wakes up the lie and grows the lie to take over the character's life. Anakin from the Star Wars prequel starts off as an optimistic, hopeful child who brings light and kindness to the world. The truth is, love is stronger than physical power, but the seed of the lie is already within Anakin. Anakin's ghost. Anakin was an oppressed and powerless slave. The thing he wants most is to protect and save those he cares about, but what he needs is to let go of everything he is afraid to lose. The character environment. The character will start off in a comparatively normal world where the character is already blessed, living in the truth. It may not be perfect, but it offers the character a safe place of happiness. Anakin's life as a slave on Tatooine is not the best, but his skills as a mechanic and pilot mean he and his mother are treated well. They live happily together, content with each other's love. Which negative character arc manifestation are you interested in writing? Let me know in the comments below. First act in the negative character arc. In the first act, you need to develop both the truth and the lie. Have the truth and lie be a reflection of one another. Whenever the lie is present, have the truth be present as well. You can present that through character interaction or the environment. These are only a few examples. Have the lie always take priority. Although the truth is present, it is a negative arc. The lie will always overshadow the truth. How has the lie shaped the character's world and personality? What is at stake for everyone in the story if the character pursues the lie? Second act in a negative character arc. In the second act, the character is pushed into their journey, where they will be forced to face the lie. The character will be learning more about the lie and given opportunities to change their path. But of course, they do not. The character becomes more enchanted by the lie and is not interested in overcoming it. Because of this, he will be making a series of bad decisions that put the character deeper and deeper into the dark hole of the lie. The moment of truth. Throughout the first half of the story, your character has been advancing towards the lie. At the midpoint, the character either takes an action they can't come back from or has a false revelation that they believe is right, but that will be their doom. The third act in a negative character arc. The negative arc is about destruction. The character has been making choices to move towards getting what he wants because the belief in the lie is behind the actions and destructive decisions. The character will refuse to recognize their bad choices, so they will never learn from them. After the defeat at the end of Act 2, where the character experiences a loss, the character doesn't have the power of the truth to come back strong from the loss. At this point, the character becomes desperate. The character wants to fight back the antagonist so bad that he's willing to do anything, even if it is questionably moral or self-destructive, to get what he wants. The climax. The climax is where everything crashes and falls apart. This will be your character's last desperate attempt to use the lie to get what they want. Two things can result from this, according to Weiland. One, the character gains the thing he wants, but the victory is hollow. Without the truth, he can never find inner wholeness by gaining the thing he needs. Two, the character loses both the inner and the outer battle. His inability to equip himself with the truth dooms him to failure in his final conflict. The resolution. Show the final state of the character. Is your character dead or insane? Your character's final state has to be tragic because it's a negative character arc. What are the secondary characters' reactions to the character's final state? How has the protagonist's actions affected the lives of the secondary characters? How has the world been affected by the character? The world is most likely in a worse place. The Disillusionment Arc. Nick Carraway discovers the truth, but it is tragic. Nick realizes that his cousin Daisy and husband are the same. They use people for their benefit and spit them out. Daisy uses the love Gatsby has for her to manipulate him to take blame for the car accident that killed her husband's mistress when she was the one driving. When Gatsby is murdered by Myrtle's husband, who believed he was the one driving the car. All the people that went to Gatsby's lavish parties were not at his funeral. Only a handful of people, including Nick. After the funeral, Nick distanced himself from the East Egg crowd, including his cousin and her husband. They never attended the funeral as well, and they eventually leave the East Egg. Nick now has a pessimistic view of the city life and decides to return to the Midwest. Nick even says that the people in the East Egg are quote-unquote a rotten bunch. Nick becomes a drunk and confides in his psychiatrist. He never contacts his cousin again. The Fall Arc with the Wuthering Heights example. Kathy falls in love with someone else and gets married. Despite Heathcliff's efforts to acquire wealth to impress Kathy, she moves on without him. Many years later, Kathy dies. Heathcliff kidnaps Kathy and Edgar's daughter and refuses to let her go to stay by her dying father's side unless she marries his son. She complies and is able to see her father. Heathcliff has completed his vengeance. Edgar is dead and he has ownership of his property, payback for taking Kathy from him. But with this supposed victory, Heathcliff has no peace. His goal of being with Kathy will never happen. He sinks deeper and deeper into despair, and he continues to be obsessed with being with Kathy. He even digs up her corpse. He believes his soul will be next to Kathy instead of her husband's Edgar. As years go by, he believes Kathy's ghost returns to haunt him, and the only way to achieve his goal of being with Kathy is in death. Heathcliff is cruel to his son and wife, and when he dies, they're hopeful to bring happiness to Wuthering Heights. The Corruption Arc with Anakin. Anakin and his wife Padme are expectant twins. Anakin has expressed behavior of being overprotective because of his fear of losing his loved ones. He protects the Sith Lord, who has killed millions of innocent people, and agrees to become his apprentice to know the secrets of life and death. Anakin believes that the dark side is the only way to save his wife, so he goes all into the darkness. The Sith orders him to kill all the Jedi even though he doesn't want to. But he believes he has no choice and he is in too deep. Although his wife rejects his methods of trying to save her, he is too enticed by the dark side that he can't turn back. The power is too good. He fights Obi-Wan Kenobi and falls into the boiling lava. Anakin's efforts are ruined. His fear comes true when his wife dies during childbirth. His actions were the cause of her death. Anakin is saved from death by his master, the Sith, and is confined into a suit and becomes Darth Vader. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll never miss a video. If you found this video helpful, share it with a friend. I also have character worksheets you can download below. The details will be in the description box. Go ahead and click the next video. I'll see you next time. Bye.